Really good subject that we're going to talk about today is legal aids. Um, we know when we refer to the disease that was out there, acquired immune deficiency syndrome, that's really what the surname represents. You have to really look at the birth record and understand the timing on everything. The surname is a name added to one's real name. So it's added to it. If it's added to it, you'd have to have had one thing first. So when you go into like the dictionaries, Noah Webster's 1828, it'll say given name, Christian name, original name. The last name is not the original name. So when you look at the timing, the birth record, the parents fill everything in, the registration happens, there's a registration date. That's after birth. That's done after the birth. So the name that's added on or merged in happens after birth. So it's not technically the birth. So you have to look at the time frame on it to really get your head around this. So the reason why you pay tax with the use of that name is because it's after acquired property. You can look that up in the law books. I'm not going to pull out every law book here. Certainly grab if you want to grab a Black's Law, there's many volumes of it, but you can go under after acquired property. And that's really the income tax that's coming in, because in came the last name. It's after acquired property, but your real true property is your proper name. That's the property. This is after acquired property, and that's why we refer to it as a surname. And in fact, in early registrations, you can go back into the early 1900s, 1920s, wherever the word name showed up, name only meant your given name or your Christian name. It didn't have anything to do with a surname. Wherever name showed up in the filling in of anything to do with a record regarding a birth, name only meant given name, Christian name, not the surname. That's why they put the word S-U-R beside that name to tell you the difference between the two. You don't need to put S-U-R before the word name if it didn't mean it was different from, not the same. It's not one and the same, but when you merge the two together, then they become one and the same. And that's where the consent and all the issues we've been talking about regarding this subject. So legal aids is really the surname that you've taken on. It's the after acquired property, acquired immune deficiency syndrome. That's what you got. The surname is really after acquired immune deficiency. You now have a deficiency in yourself now. Now you're a debtor. And that's why surname means a debtor. So hopefully we've clarified this. I'm sure I've talked about it here and there in the older videos, but I think it's very pertinent today to talk about this because I think people have lost sight of this and lost focus. But that's really what this is. And that's why they're obligated in the courtroom to give you a lawyer, a legal aid, because they gave you the acquired immune deficiency syndrome of the surname. They induced you into it. So therefore, they're responsible to provide a legal aid attorney for you in there.